filming weddings for almost 20 years, I've always considered myself a cinematographer. And now there's a new term synonymous with my profession, content creator. Kind of like the sound of that. Even though I might be a content creator, there is a new service buzzing with attention, creating content and delivering within 24 hours. Some have even turned this into a full-time business. 2 years ago, Tatum got married to her high school sweetheart, and being friends for so long, Kyla was of course there on the day, phone in hand, taking content as she always is. This sparked a flame for I Do Crew, and now they run the business together, capturing timeless memories for couples. Thank you so much for joining me on my show. This is just incredible. Before we get started, I need to let you know on how surreal this whole moment is. Around New Year's Eve, I made a goal that I was going to create a YouTube channel about wedding professionals. And it was all going to take place in Chicago, except one episode was going to happen somewhere out west. I didn't know where it was going to take place, but I knew it was going to be somewhere out west. And lo and behold, the planets have aligned. Here we are in Phoenix, Arizona, filming an episode of Everything Everywhere Weddings. I cannot believe this. So I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming out here and being a part of my show. It means so much to me.
Thank you so much for having us. It means so much to us as well.
We are so excited to be a part of this. So.
You know, a lot of people might be thinking, what's a content creator?
Yeah, it's such a good question. It's probably the number one we get because it is such a new service in an industry that has been around for so long. So thinking of us as that, we like to call it bonus bridesmaid, so that everyone can stay off their phone. We're getting all that content during the day, whether you want to do a trend, whether you want intimate little behind the scenes moments, and you wake up 24 hours later and you have all of that stuff right there for you to rewatch, make a video if you want, share it with your friends and family. It really is such a rewarding process.
How long are the montages?
Yeah, so in all of our packages, we include a highlight overview of the day. Those, depending on how long we're there, they go up to 1 minute and 30 seconds. Great for Instagram, great for posting. But I've done a part 1 and part 2 before for a really long wedding. And then the little behind the scenes clips, they could be, made for social media. If they want some trending video, it's gonna be a little shorter or things like that. But those long highlights of the day, they can be longer because you kind of have the whole process of the day.
Love it, love it. You guys have been friends for a very long time. And when did you know, I Do Crew was going to become a business?
Yeah, I think since you're the muse, you want to take this one?
Yeah, so I obviously have always loved content creation, but I also really liked a more candid documentary style vibe of content, especially for important events in my life. And so when I got engaged, Kyla, obviously a good friend of mine, I knew she was going to be in my wedding, but that means that she was going to be at all of my wedding events. So I almost told her right from the start, I need you there capturing content, whatever that looks like. You're the designated content creator. And I think through the process of my wedding, she just got inspired and then started to kind of research it a little bit to see if this was something that could become a thing. The rest is history. She 4 days later started the business and was like, I did it. It's a thing. It's called I Do Crew Content. And I was just like, I love that so much. So
incredible, incredible. When did you know that this is something that you're so passionate about? And it definitely shows. You're glowing. And so tell me, how did you know this is what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I've been in social media since 2017. And so I knew I loved social media. I knew I loved content creation. I knew I loved that. But I think it really was Tatum's wedding. And I think it was her husband and his vows that really, I wasn't filming it because I was up there sobbing, but I think it was his vows. It was my first wedding I had been to that wasn't family, anything like that. So I got to see the emotion behind it. And then knowing waking up and, being able to give her those little memories that next morning, it felt so rewarding. And then I had my second wedding really quick afterward. And I was like, all right, I think this is gonna work. And so I think that passion behind it, the passion that the couples have, and then how fun it was, and it just was so laid back, like Tatum said. I just knew that it was something that I loved and was, again, really rewarding.
This is so gratifying. Yes. I mean, not only are you creating content for people, but you actually feel proud of what you just created.
Absolutely.
How common would you say content creators are in Phoenix?
Yeah, I would say over the last year, because this is our second year in business, going to be third, it's grown. So we were kind of chatting about it, and we would say 1 in every 5 weddings, which is getting bigger, and we hope that one day it's every wedding, because there really is a way of content creation for everyone. But I would say it's getting a lot more common now.
How do you get your business?
Yeah, for us, because so much of what we do is formatted for social media, it's through social media. So Instagram and TikTok have been a huge blessing for us.
Yeah, and referrals. Honestly, I'm blown away by our referrals and how often we get referred from previous weddings and couples.
And vendors.
And vendors too. Yeah. Oh, we couldn't, with the partnership and obviously networking of vendors, we wouldn't be where we're at today.
The advertising today is quite different from what it used to be.
Yeah.
Because it's all on social media.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
It's definitely evolved for sure. I think with how big social media has gotten, there's still the importance of referrals, obviously. You want somebody who you trust, who is willing to vet and refer somebody, absolutely. But I think especially for our creative services, but being able to put something on social media and have almost like a portfolio for people to go and reference your work is a game changer for sure.
Working with a photographer and a cinematographer on the day of, being in the business for the first time, learning to work as a team, the whole collaboration together. How has that been?
Yeah, it takes a lot of confidence
Yes.
coming into an industry that's been around for a very long time. But we approach it with that same thing, a teamwork. We are here for the same couple, the same end goal, to make them happy, to make their day amazing. So we always try to go in, just being sure that we set up our expectations of them to us of what we'll be doing. We're not getting in the way. We're not directing shots. We make it known kind of what we do, because most people we work with have never heard of content creation.
I haven't heard of it until this year.
Yeah.
And so I'll be honest. I wouldn't say there was ever any resistance. I think of myself as a people person, so I'll make it work.
We wouldn't blame you if there was, though, because there has been a hesitancy and a resistance a little bit, and that's okay. It's a long-standing business, like Kyla said. It's been around a long time. We're the new guys, and I think it's very important to go into each wedding day and first of all, set expectations right from the start. We're not here to direct your content. We're not here to get in your way. And we have a common goal and a common interest. And also, we're taking the heat off of you a little bit, because our turnaround time is 24 hours. You can take the time you need to create your photo and video masterpieces. So yeah.
Creates a little bit of pressure, because we're like, well, if they're getting done in 24 hours, how about us? Maybe 10 hours.
Yeah, it's such a
for sure. I worked with a photographer the other day, and he said this is going to make me want to deliver sneak peeks even quicker. Yeah. But at the end of the day, the couple wants all of us for our unique services. If they didn't see the value in adding on a content creator, we wouldn't be there. We don't replace photo and video. We add to it. We add a completely different service to the wedding day.
What would you say have been like the most common requests?
Yeah, I would say the fun one is the glasses trend, where everyone on the dance floor puts the sunglasses on, and it goes to, I can't remember what sound it is, but they see it.
Yes, I've done that.
Yes, so they see it on social media, and it's been around so long. It's not a trend that's fading out. It's been around for a long time. So they see it on our page, and they're like, I want to do that, and it's like perfect. They don't even have to think about it. We get that done for them.
Any fun stories that you'd like to share with us from working on a wedding?
Do you have one?
I'm
in
like,
mind?
oh, put me on the spot.
I love these.
No, I think, honestly, I think it's just no matter what happens on the wedding day, I find myself getting emotional. I think the magic just actually never goes away. And so as far as fun stories, I'm struggling. Yeah, I was just gonna say, me crying, every time I hear vows. No, I for sure, Kyla and I are on the same page. We just love the magic of weddings. So I think it's just us, and people will find it quite funny, honestly, how seriously and passionate we take this, but we really do love this, and it does get us emotional every single time. So to be a part of that day.
Exactly. I can't tell you the number of times, doing this for 20 years, ladies. So I see this all the time, and you know what? It can get so emotional. It's wow, one day I'm gonna be that father of the bride. Yeah, it really does get to you on a personal level.
It does. Yeah, I'm gathering too many ideas for my own wedding.
Absolutely.
It's going to be so hard to decide. Like, I've seen everything now. I want everything. I need 3 content creators.
Exactly, that's right. Get ready.
I know. I am. Whenever Kyla
the
says,
time
I'm
comes.
ready for it. Yes.
Well, I can totally see you guys blending in and being like just like one of the bridesmaids. I could see that. You guys are so personable. I could tell that you have fun on the day of. So you both know that I've been kind of focusing on a niche market of doing Indian weddings. We actually happen to have a Indian wedding happening this weekend here in Arizona. Have you guys ever been to a Sikh Indian wedding?
We haven't.
I was wondering, would you guys be interested in coming out and joining?
Yeah, of course.
Create some content?
I think that's amazing.
It would be an honor to have you guys, join the team. So thank you so much, and let's go grab some content, guys! Woo! Kyla and Tatum, you guys were awesome. Thank you so much for all your help, your support, and believing in my program. If you are looking for an awesome content creator, please check out I Do Crew. They were a pleasure to work with. Until next time, keep booking them weddings.